Welcome to your practice, everyone. Take a moment to sit up nice and tall, lifting up through the crown of your head. You can let your hands settle lightly on your legs and close your eyes. Taking a slow, deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Continuing to breathe. Feeling the body fill up and expand. And then soften and relax. As we continue to breathe here, keeping the inhales and exhales about even length, we'll envision inhaling a sense of inner strength. Whatever kind of strength and support we may need from the universe. And with our exhale, we'll let out all of the love and kindness that we want to offer and share with the world. So inhaling strength and support that we might need in any form. And exhaling the love that we want to offer and share. As we continue with this practice, you might notice some really subtle shifts happening. Maybe a sense of ease through the body or the mind. Feeling that we are supported through this challenging time, through these changes that are happening in our lives, and offering the goodness that we have in our own heart. Sharing that with the world and letting it spread to the people around us in our community, in our world, and all living beings. Recognizing that we don't have to have the answers, but we do have the tools to help us navigate new territory, things that are a little bit more unfamiliar. We can rely on those things in times that are difficult and a bit more stressful. Breathing in strength, breathing out the love and kindness we want to share. Taking 3 more complete cycles of breath like this. And then with your next inhale, let your eyes start to float open. You can stretch your legs out long in front of you. And just press out and back through the toes and the balls of your feet. You can bring your hands to the floor for a little bit of support here. Stretching out through the calves and ankles, maybe even into the tops of the feet here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my mat, so now we're all facing the short side of our mat. You could stay sitting up on a blanket if that feels helpful to you. And if you are not in a cross-legged position, bring yourself there for a moment with the right shin in front. And then from here, we'll bring our hands forward and walk them out and away. Relaxing the upper body down, letting the head hang here, and then just pressing a little bit side to side. So you can think about lengthening one side of the waist and then the other. And the hands don't really move here. It's just a little pressing energetically down and forward into the mat. And then as you breathe in, lengthen out equally through both sides of the waist. And then start to walk your hands back in and lift all the way up. And then from here, we're going to lengthen out through the right leg and tuck the left foot in toward the right inner thigh. So this left knee will be bent here. And again, keeping the right leg long, but maybe a little bit of a bend here. So the back of the knee is slightly lifted. We'll spread the right toes wide and lengthen out now over the right leg. So if you want to be up a little bit higher, if the back of the leg feels really tight, you just keep your hands in a little bit closer to the knee or the hip. Elbows can bend any amount, holding into a place where you can take about 3 more breaths. With our in-breath, we'll push into the hands and lift up. And then use the left hand to lift the left knee and place the sole of the left foot down on the mat. From here, both hands hold the left shin as we lift up nice and tall and roll the shoulder blades down and back. With the in-breath, we'll lift our gaze, looking up toward the ceiling slightly. And with the exhale, we'll tuck the chin in. So the spine stays pretty long here. We're just moving through the head and neck. Inhale, chin lift. And exhale, chin drops down. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Good. With our in-breath, we'll find a neutral chin, bringing the head back into center. And with the exhale, we'll release the left leg and take our cross leg position here, this time with the left shin in front. So hands come alongside the legs and then walk out and forward. Finding a place that allows the spine to be long. And then finding some side to side sway here, pressing into the heel of each hand and alternating back and forth. And with your next in-breath, lengthen equally and still that rocking motion. And then bring your hands back in, coming all the way up. Here we'll extend the left leg out so the left heel is in line with the center of the left hip. Little bit of a bend in the left knee at least, or it might be a little bit deeper of a bend. Right knee is bent as well, and the sole of the right foot lines up somewhere near the inner thigh or inner left leg. And then we'll walk the hands out a little bit forward. So now getting some deeper stretch into the back of the left leg. Breathing deeply to allow any tension there to be released. And then we'll start to walk the hands back in and lift the spine and the head. Right knee comes back up. Right hand can help you place the sole of the right foot down to the ground. Hands will rest on the front of the right shin. We want to widen across the collarbone so the shoulder blades or the shoulders are not dropping forward and down here. But instead, we have a lot of openness in the front of the chest. With the in-breath, we lift the head and look up. And with the exhale, chin tucks in. Inhale, looking up, lifting the chin, opening the front of the neck. And exhale, chin lowers. Inhale. And exhale. Good, breathing in, finding a neutral chin, parallel to the floor. And with your exhale, take your legs out long and then just bounce the backs of the legs a little bit here. You might also make some circles with your toes, round in one direction and then the other. And then from here, we'll transition to hands and knees. So if you are using a blanket, you might place your blanket underneath your knee. And then we'll bring the knees right underneath the hips, wrists right underneath the shoulders here. And we'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. So with the in-breath, we'll let the belly drop down, the chest open, rolling the heart forward. And exhale, belly tucks in, spine presses up toward the sky. Inhale, rolling forward, arching the back. And exhaling to round. Inhale. And exhale to round in. With your in-breath, find a neutral spine. And then take your next inhale to send the right leg back. We're going to lift the right toes and point them down toward the floor here. Inhaling with a long right leg. And with your exhale, bend your right knee, tuck it in toward your belly. Inhale, right leg straightens behind you. Exhale, right knee bends, trying to squeeze it in toward the chest. One more time, inhale here. And exhale, right knee squeezes in. Inhale, straightening the right leg back. And with your exhale, take your right knee down to the ground. Go over to the other side. Inhale, left leg extends back. Exhale, left knee bends and hugs in toward the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Good, breathing in, stretching back. Exhale, core strength, tucks the belly in, squeezing it up toward the chest, the knee up toward the chest. Inhale, and exhale, left knee down to the floor. From here, check in with your knees, make sure they're still lined up underneath your hips, and then we're going to walk our hands forward here. So we want to keep the thighs completely vertical. We might take the hands forward, one handprint each. And let the chest relax closer down toward the floor. And if there's space in your body, you might take the hands a bit more forward. And in some cases, the forehead sometimes can rest down on the mat. If that's not available, you might use a block or books or anything else you have nearby. You want to take a couple of big breaths here in this big shoulder and chest opening stretch. And start to lift your head and walk your hands back in. Tuck your toes under. And we're going to walk our hands back toward the knees, pressing up off the balls of the feet so we can lift our heels and ground our feet down underneath our hips. So if you had a blanket, you can slide that off to the side, letting the spine hang down heavy out of the hips and pelvis in your standing forward fold. And bend your knees a little bit more. Bring your hands either to your legs or let your arms dangle as you roll all the way up to standing. And then take a couple of steps forward so you walk up to the top of your mat here. And with an in-breath, we're going to come into chair pose. So dropping the hips down and back, we'll reach the hands straight forward here so that the arms are parallel to the floor. Inhale in your chair pose. And exhale, fold forward and down towards the floor. With your in-breath, press your hands into your shins or lower thighs. Lengthen your spine forward. And exhale, fold back down and in. Good, breathing in, rising all the way up to stand. We'll take the arms up at the top. Exhale, hands lowered down in front of the heart. Inhaling to chair pose, hips back, knees bent any amount, arms reaching. Inhale. And exhale, hands together, fold into the legs. Inhaling to a halfway lift. And exhale to fold forward. Good, breathing in, rising up to stand, reaching up toward the sky. Exhale, hands meet and lower down in front of the heart. Good, pausing here to take a breath. Inhaling strength. And exhaling the kindness you want to offer. Good, adding on to that flow, we'll breathe in, find our chair pose. And exhale, hands come together as we fold down. Inhale, we'll find our halfway lift, hands against the legs, spine long. Exhale, fold down and in. Bend your knees enough so you can take your fingertips to the ground. And we'll take a step back with the right leg and then lower the right knee. So as you've stepped back and lowered the knee, check in with that left leg. We want this left shin to be perfectly vertical, knee right on top of the heel here. We'll ground the right hand down underneath the shoulder and then place the left hand to the left thigh or reach the left arm up. If you'd like a little bit more here, you could even tuck the right toes under and lift the right knee for a deeper twist, bigger sensation in the hips and building some strength in the legs. Wherever you are, take your last in-breath. And exhale, take the left hand down outside of the left foot. The right knee was lifted, lower it down. And then from here, we'll push off the right toes and step forward. We'll do that same thing on the other side. So knees might bend a lot here, so we can bring fingertips down and step back with the left leg, and then lower the left knee. Left hand grounds down underneath the shoulder, and right hand comes up to the right thigh. Either staying here or reaching the right arm up, and choosing to keep the left knee on the ground or straighten the left leg. Big open twist here, taking a big breath in. And exhaling, lowering the left knee down if it was lifted. Right hand down outside of the right foot. And then we'll slide the right foot back and find our child's pose. So if you'd like to either keep your knees together in your child's pose or take a wider knee version, you can choose to bring your knees out toward the sides of your mat more, and then relax the torso down. Coming back to your breath work here. Inhaling the strength and support that you need. And exhaling your compassion, your kindness and love. Use your next in-breath to slide up to all fours. Take your feet around to one side and come down to lay on your back. So coming down onto your back, we'll bend just the right knee to start. Left leg will lengthen out. And then we'll lift the right foot and draw the knee in. As we do, we can take the arms out wide here. We're going to move into a twist, bending the right knee over toward the left. The left hand might come down to hold the right outer knee here. And depending on how things are feeling in your body, you can either stay looking up towards the ceiling, or you might turn your head and look out towards the right hand. And we'll let go of the right leg, roll all the way back to both hips, and extend the right leg out long as we bend the left knee. So we'll lift the left foot, tuck the knee in a little bit, and then roll over to the outer right leg. Maybe bringing the right hand down to help draw the left leg over a little bit more, or just lightly rest it there. Either keeping the gaze neutral upward or looking out toward the left hand. And then we'll release and bring the left knee back up. Extend the left leg long and kind of even out the body here if things feel uneven as we move into final relaxation. Letting the shoulders fall down and back. And the hips and pelvis be completely relaxed. Thigh bones, knees, feet, all heavy. Palms turning up toward the sky. Taking one breath here with our breath work, inhaling strength from the universe. Exhaling to offer and send out your compassion and love. And allow yourself to take rest. Let your breaths become deeper. Invite some gentle movements into your fingers and toes. I take an in-breath and stretch out long from hands to feet. And then bend your knees, placing both feet on the mat. And then hugging the knees in toward the chest, rocking side to side. Roll over to the side and press up to seated. Coming back to sit tall and reflect. Together, taking one breath in, breathing in the strength that we need. Breathing out to send our love and compassion to the world. We'll breathe in, stretching our arms out and up. And exhaling, hands come together and lower all the way down in front of the heart. My heart to yours. Namaste.